June 1st, 2025, dawned over Mogadishu with a sense of historic change. Turkish Navy warships cut through the Indian Ocean, their arrival signaling a new era for Somalia. At Aden Adi International Airport, Turkish and Qatari transport planes landed in rapid succession, each unloading military hardware under tight security. Somali soldiers watched as T129 ATAK helicopters, armored vehicles, and rocket artillery systems rolled onto Somali soil, tools that would soon be theirs. This was more than a delivery, it was a transformation, the result of months of planning between Mogadishu and Ankara. The equipment was swiftly moved to Camp Turksum, Turkey's largest overseas base, where Turkish and Somali officers prepared for immediate integration. The city buzzed with anticipation, recognizing this as a pivotal moment in Somalia's long struggle for security. The operation was seamless, a testament to the deepening partnership between the two nations. For Somalia, this was not just aid. It was a rebirth, a chance to permanently alter its security landscape. The world watched as a new chapter began for Somalia and the wider East African region. Turkey's 2025 military delivery was a game-changer for Somalia. The Somali National Army received T129 ATAK helicopters, Akinci combat drones, heavy battle tanks, and armored personnel carriers, ushering in a new era of mechanized warfare. Medium-range rocket artillery and modern firearms gave Somali forces the firepower to strike far beyond the front lines. The Somali Navy was bolstered with Turkish patrol ships, missile launchers, and utility helicopters, finally enabling Somalia to patrol and protect its vast coastline. The integration of air, land, and sea assets created a networked force, multiplying their effectiveness. Drones provided targeting data for artillery and ships, while helicopters supported ground advances. This holistic modernization gave Somalia a balanced, potent force to address threats from the desert interior to the Gulf of Aden. It was a leap from survival to true security. The Turkey-Somalia alliance was built on more than military hardware. It began with humanitarian solidarity. In 2011, Turkish Prime Minister Erdogan's visit during Somalia's famine broke decades of isolation and sparked a wave of aid and development. Turkish companies rebuilt Mogadishu's port and airport, while agencies constructed hospitals, schools, and roads, earning deep Somali goodwill. This partnership evolved into security cooperation, culminating in the opening of Camp Turksum in 2017, where thousands of Somali soldiers have since been trained. In 2024, a 10-year defense and economic cooperation agreement formalized Turkey's commitment to building Somalia's naval and military capacity. Turkish exploration ships began surveying Somali waters for oil and gas, intertwining security and economic interests. The 2025 arms delivery was the natural next step in a relationship, rooted in trust, development, and shared strategic goals. What began as a helping hand became an unbreakable strategic bond. Somalia's coastline is among the world's most strategic, bordering the Gulf of Aden and Indian Ocean shipping lanes. Control of this maritime corridor means influence over global trade, with the Bab el-Mandeb Strait serving as a gateway to the Suez Canal. Years of piracy and lawlessness threatened international shipping, but the root cause was instability on land. A strong Somali navy, trained and equipped by Turkey, offers a sovereign solution, securing waters, deterring piracy, and protecting vital trade routes. Somalia's location also makes it a focal point for regional and global powers, and a front line in the fight against extremist groups like Al-Shabaab. The new naval force will help police Somalia's exclusive economic zone, safeguarding fisheries and potential oil and gas reserves from illegal exploitation. Economic sovereignty is now within reach, providing resources to fund public services and build a self-sustaining state. Securing the seas is key to Somalia's future and global stability. Turkey's military package is set to transform Somalia's fight against Al-Shabaab. ATAK helicopters and Akinci drones give Somali forces persistent surveillance and precision strike capabilities, disrupting militant operations. Tanks and armored vehicles enable the army to reclaim and hold territory, while artillery suppresses enemy positions from afar. The Somali Navy's new patrol ships deter piracy and arms smuggling, linking maritime and land security. This integrated force allows Somalia to project sovereignty across its territory and waters, reducing reliance on foreign troops. A stable Somalia eases security burdens on neighbors like Kenya and Ethiopia and allows the African Union to eventually draw down its mission. Turkey's aid is more than arms. It's an investment in a new regional security anchor for the Horn of Africa. The ripple effects could foster greater stability and cooperation across East Africa. Turkey's support for Somalia is driven by a blend of economic ambition, geopolitical strategy, and a desire for global influence. Somalia's location and historical ties make it a key partner in Turkey's Africa policy, opening doors for trade and investment. The deployment of Turkish-made helicopters, drones, and ships showcases Ankara's defense industry to potential buyers worldwide. Each delivery expands Turkey's arms market and strengthens its strategic foothold in the Red Sea and Indian Ocean. The partnership also counters regional rivals like the UAE and Egypt, positioning Turkey as Somalia's primary security guarantor. Turkey's development-first approach contrasts with the legacy of colonial powers, enhancing its reputation as a reliable partner. By championing Somali sovereignty, Turkey boosts its own international standing and influence. The investment in Somalia is a bold declaration of Turkey's ambition to shape the 21st century geopolitical landscape. The 2025 Turkish military aid marks a turning point for Somalia after decades of conflict. New capabilities give Somalia the means to secure its borders, protect its people, and police its waters, laying the groundwork for political and economic progress. The challenge now is to use this arsenal responsibly, integrating military gains with good governance and reconciliation. Success depends on Somali leadership, discipline, and the ability to win public trust. The world is watching, hopeful that Somalia can transform from a source of instability to a pillar of regional security. The Turkey-Somalia alliance is reshaping the Horn of Africa's geopolitical dynamics, prompting others to reassess their roles. This is a calculated gamble, a bet that, with the right support, Somalia can finally emerge as a resilient, sovereign state. For the first time in a generation, a peaceful and prosperous Somalia seems within reach.